Media bias refers to the way news organizations and journalists present information in a way that favors a particular perspective or agenda. This bias can appear in the selection of news stories, the framing of issues, or the tone used to describe events. Instead of presenting facts neutrally, biased media may highlight certain viewpoints while downplaying or ignoring others. Media bias can shape public opinion by influencing how people interpret information, making it an important issue in discussions about news credibility and journalistic responsibility. Media bias can arise for several reasons, including political affiliations, corporate interests, and audience preferences. News organizations often rely on advertising revenue, and they may tailor their content to attract certain viewers or readers. Additionally, journalists and editors have personal beliefs that can unintentionally influence their reporting. Social media and digital algorithms also contribute to media bias by promoting content that aligns with users' past preferences, creating echo chambers, where people are exposed only to information that reinforces their existing views. One major effect of media bias is the spread of misinformation or incomplete narratives. When news sources present only one side of an issue, audiences may develop distorted views based on selective reporting rather than a full picture of the facts. Media bias can also deepen political and social divisions by reinforcing differences between groups instead of encouraging open discussion. Another consequence is a loss of trust in journalism, as people may struggle to distinguish between factual reporting and opinion-driven content, making it harder to stay informed. One example of media bias is the difference in how news outlets cover the same event. A news station that supports a certain viewpoint might describe a protest as a peaceful demonstration, while another with a different perspective might emphasize instances of disorder. Another example is the choice of headlines. Some news sources may use emotionally charged language to sway opinions, while others might frame the same story in a more neutral way. These differences in coverage show how media bias can shape public perception by influencing the way stories are told. There are several ways to reduce media bias and promote balanced reporting. One solution is for news consumers to seek information from multiple sources to compare perspectives and identify potential bias. Media organizations can also improve transparency by clearly distinguishing between opinion pieces and factual news reports. Fact-checking organizations help counter bias by verifying claims made in the media, ensuring that misleading or false information does not spread unchecked. Encouraging media literacy education can also help people recognize bias and develop critical thinking skills when evaluating news content.